Good morning, Eastsiders. A brief word and just an imaginable realization for me today. We're talking this week about growth. We'll be dealing with that on Sunday. But there's a parable in Matthew 13 that I've seen hundreds of times, and it gave me pause today as I believe God has a message for us. In Matthew 13, beginning with verse 24, it says, Jesus told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while everyone was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, then the weeds also appeared. The owner's servants came to him and said, "Sir, didn't you sow good seed in your field? Where then did the weeds come from?" "An enemy did this," he said. The servants asked him, "Do you want us to go and pull them up?" "No," he answered, "because while you are pulling the weeds, you may uproot the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. At that time I will tell the harvesters, first collect the weeds and tie them in bundles to be burned. Then gather the wheat and bring it into my barn." So I've heard this. I realize that it's about eternity. It's about the judgment. God says he's not going to separate everyone now. He's going to separate everyone in the right time. And do you realize you're the wheat? As one who has been forgiven by God, as one who is trying to follow Jesus, God is working to grow Christ in you. But do you know there are weeds? I saw three kinds of weeds when studying this just yesterday and today. One is the weeds in my heart. There are things in my heart that are not of God. There are relationships I have that are not healthy. There are habits and things I do that aren't the best for me or for the kingdom. Those are the weeds I ask God to pull up. Sometimes that tears up my ground a little. Sometimes that causes pain. But my goal is to be like Christ. My goal is to let the fruit of the Spirit grow in me. So I give up those things and I let God provide healing and comfort and change. But some of the weeds in my life are not of my making or doing. And so I have to ask God, are there people I need to be away from? And God, if there's a situation I shouldn't be in, you take care of it. And so then I let that happen. Maybe people that I care about are pulled out of my life, and I find that that was one of the weeds in my life that God needed to change. I know people who have had friends that were wonderful friends, but when they were together, they didn't help each other. And so while you still might love someone, you have to let them go. And this morning as I was praying, God showed me that happens in churches. First, we need to root out anything in our church that keeps us from loving God. I have grown immensely at different times in my ministry as I let God speak through the people around me. And even this year in working with Christian and working with the others and now Robbie, I'm learning how to be a better pastor and I'm learning how to be a better leader. And I have to change sometimes what I do. As a church, we have to keep working to be the people of God. And sometimes God takes people away who aren't part of that. And some of the times that I've seen the best growth were not when something happened, but when an influence was removed. So today, let God grow faith in you. Let God make your heart like Jesus. And trust that God will take care of the weeds. Have a blessed day. Men, we have lunch at 11:30 at Giorgio's in Cramerton. And we hope to see everyone either live or online at 7 for the adult Bible study. We'll start in chapter 4 of Revelation and for the teen time. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.